My name is Russell Heckburn. I was born in Jamaica and I moved to Canada when I was 10 years old. In Canada, I went to high school where I did the International Baccalaureate program, and then I went to University of Toronto to do an undergraduate studies in biology and psychology. After that, I then pursued medicine. I have a little brother who has autism, so as in high school, and I started to really explore the whole world of pediatric care, pediatric development issues. So through him, I kind of explored a lot of that field. And then when I went to undergrad, I wanted to learn psychology to further pursue that, to get involved in psychiatric care, and also more so to help with pediatrics in that sense. And then I studied biology as well because I fell in love with neuroscience and I wanted to know about the body and the brain. And then after doing all of that studying and research, I realized I want to be more involved in the care as opposed to just researching and studying. So that led me to pursue a career in medical school or medicine. At the time, what I would want to be a doctor and the reality of becoming a doctor were two separate streams. So I explored Caribbean medical schools, and the reason why St. James landed on my radar and was high on my list was because I knew people that graduated from St. James that were working as physicians in Canada. And with that, it gave me the confidence to know that if I'm making a bet on an institution, I want an institution where I can see the results. So St. James offered the opportunity that was financially reasonable for me, and I saw the outcome was that I will be able to achieve my dream. Whereas there are other schools that it was a lot more gray, it was a lot more uncertain. St. James offered me the highest security in that field. So I took a bet and it paid off. I chose the Bon Air campus partially because I knew someone that already lived on Bon Air. Well, it was a family friend that lived on Bon Air, but more so I was just excited for the option to just go somewhere. I knew there were the two options, but Bon Air was a cheaper option. And also, no matter which campus you went to, you'll end up as a doctor if you had to drive an ambition. So I just went for the cheaper option of the two. And going there, I actually do enjoy my decision because I met a lot of great people, a lot of great faculty, a lot of great professors that I still keep in touch with today. And I don't regret my decision to this day. During the basic science, there were some ups and downs. There are a lot of ups and downs, but the one thing I will commend about the institution, my classmates and the faculty there, was that we had we're in it together, and there was a community that was really established there. The faculty pretty much was our friends. It didn't feel like there was a separation in levels. They were our friends. We could talk to them candidly. We'll meet them out for dinner. We'll see them on the road. It was a community that was really established there. So with all the ups and downs that we experienced, I knew that I was doing it with everyone. And as long as we all were in it together and we all support each other, we knew that we'll achieve success. And that's what happened. So no matter what happened, any issue, any problem, we all addressed it together, we all came with solutions together, and then we all benefited from those solutions. The reality is, basic sciences at the time gave us the foundational knowledge, but that bridge from the foundational knowledge to passing the exam, there was a huge gap. So between that time, it was up to me, it was up to my colleagues for themselves to know and be ready for that gap, to be ready to really dig in, plant themselves down, and really dissolve that gap so that they get ready for it. We're given the knowledge, we're given the basics. How do you take that and apply it to treating patients? And I will admit that since my time to now, there's been a bigger improvement, especially on St. James' side, to make sure the students are better prepared for that. But it really is up to the student to know that what you're learning in class, you have to evolve that on your own so that you're better as a physician. And that even goes now at the stage I am at. No matter what I read and what I study, I have to learn to evolve it and apply it so that it can actually be used in my practice. I did my rotations pretty much back to back. I really enjoyed it. Most of my rotations were done in community hospitals throughout Chicago, and through that experience, I got to know the staff of the hospital. I got to know the hierarchy. I had a one-on-one with a lot of attendants, whether they were my attendants or not my attendants. I had a lot of exposure to different fields because I was just generally interested in everything. And the great thing about it was because I was interested, everyone was willing to expose me to the opportunity. And because I kept pushing and kept asking, everyone kept answering my questions. So I felt although I had what the core rotation, the 8 electives, I felt like I explored every specialty, every opportunity that was presented to me, and if I could do it again, I'll do it again, just keep doing more and more so I can keep learning. But it was a great experience learning about the Chicago health system, learning about how different communities, different populations, how they perceive medicine, how they perceive physicians, how they perceive their health systems, and then being able to just meet them and impact them, to let them, I guess, bring more positive influence to them and make the experience that such a trivial and difficult experience regarding their health a little bit easier, knowing that I was just so engaged in helping them, as well as my colleagues and all the other students that I rotated with. So it was a great experience overall. So as a USMLE counselor, I had the opportunity to work with a lot of students that were having their own difficulty trying to study for the exams and pass themselves. As I faced my own challenges while studying, it was great to be able to offer those suggestions and those strategies to students that I found really helped them. I found a lot of students that were stuck were able to overcome that challenge, and they're able to now pass their exam. And taking that experience to be able to pass it on to others so that they themselves can fulfill their dreams is a rewarding experience, because the reality is everyone is taking a chance. No matter what career field you choose, you're taking a chance to not just graduate, but then to be able to work in that field. So to have people that are really passionate for this, who really want to go out and help people for the right reasons, to be able to just overcome this test, it's huge, because then I know in a few years there'll be more passionate physicians, more engaged physicians who are going to be able to help those patients that really need those dedicated physicians. Match week was a fun week this year. It wasn't the first time going through match, but it was definitely the best time going through match. You know, I interviewed this year. I networked with a lot of programs. I met a lot of you know, previous colleagues that I rotated with who are now residents. I was able to, you know, meet these programs and engage with them. And being in the USMLE Counselor, I felt really increased the attention on my application. So it was great for me to be in this position. But to have match Monday come and get that, you know, confirmation that I matched, it was a very tear-filled moment. I cried, my mom cried, my dad cried, everyone cried. And then match Friday, it was hazy, but it was a great day regardless. And you know, it really goes to show that of all the time that I spent really pushing and striving, and all the things I did to really to build myself up, to make myself stronger, not just as an applicant, but as a future physician, to know that it finally paid off. It was such a huge momentous moment, and if I could relive that week every other week, yeah, I think I'll just bore myself at that point. But no, I'm very happy to be in this position now. My next step after this would be to go to Delaware, where I matched into a program there at St. Francis Hospital. So I'll be doing family medicine. In the future, I'll hopefully be able to do some form of global medicine. They do have a great global medicine program there. And I also am passionate about working with minority populations, especially female minority populations. So hopefully in the future, I'll have my own practice where I'm able to not just see, you know, the local community members on a regular basis, but also those minorities, those immigrants, a lot of those populations that really don't get to see a physician or are skeptical about the healthcare system, but at least they know that there's someone that's actually focused on their health more so than, you know, the profit. And I think that's the position that I've always wanted to be in. That's my whole goal of becoming a physician. So I'm just glad I'm able to finally do that.